Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where we are currently in orbit over the moon, and we are going to be landing. We just need to pick a location, and I kind of think inside the big crater is a good one. So let's go ahead and create a maneuver right about the apoapsis. We'll burn retrograde until we are... what do you think, right about there? Maybe a bit north. Right about there. But let's overshoot it a little bit, because we're going to be killing our horizontal velocity going in. So let's go ahead and set it to be right about there. And we'll execute that node. Excellent. I mean, at this point, we may as well extend our landing gear. We're not landing for a few minutes yet, but might as well, so that we don't forget. Okay, why are we not auto-warping? There we go. There's the auto-warp. Excellent. Okay, MechJeb, you can do this. It's just 190.6 meters per second. There we go. Okay, let's see here. Let's use surface here. Okay, we are now falling. Our horizontal speed is declining a bit, which is, of course, our primary goal right now. Okay, so I don't think we have any real suicide burn timers here. I mean, we actually kind of do. Although, I'll be honest, I've never used the KER suicide burn thing here, so let's go ahead and make a quick save here. And I'm trying to see, do we burn when this reaches 0? Or do we burn when we are at that altitude? I think we burn when it reaches 0, and we probably want to do surface velocity minus as our burn. So let's give that a try. We're going to go ahead and get rid of the surface info. We don't really need that immediately. So, yeah, we'll just see. Because this is burning about 14 kilometers above the surface. That sounds about right. So let's go ahead and warp forward a little bit until that gets a little closer to 0. Okay, we are overshooting right now, so let's go ahead and kill some of our velocity. Because I wasn't planning on doing a suicide burn. Let's just kill the surface velocity a little bit here. Are we in the crater now? I mean, we are. Need to kill it a bit more, though. I think right about once we get here, we'll be good. I think we're good. Okay. So, if I'm reading this correctly, we're going to be landing, like, right around here-ish. We'll go surface velocity minus. We're about 12 kilometers from our suicide burn. 10 kilometers. Let's warp up a little bit. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Ah, we overshot a bit. That's no good. That's no good. I'm not sure that we can do this. Maybe we can do this still. We only overshot by 200 meters. Oh, we're coming in fast. Like I said, I've never actually used this timing before. The timing seems right-ish. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. Kaboom. Okay. But that's why we made this save. Which save was it, actually? Year 1, day 19? 5 hours, 36 minutes? I do believe that the persistent save is the one that we're looking for. That seems to be the latest save. Okay, so I think we need to do that, but without overshooting the suicide burn. But it did seem like even if we had started suicide burning 200 meters sooner, I'm not convinced that that's actually where we need to be. So I'm going to go ahead and ignore that and just do this the normal way that I do it. Because, yeah, this didn't seem to do exactly what I was looking for. So we're going to go ahead and go to surface velocity minus. And let's go ahead and warp to right about here. Actually, right about here. About 2 minutes forward. And then we're going to go to horizontal velocity minus, and we're just going to kill our horizontal velocity. This is a little bit less delta, or a little bit more delta V than a suicide burn would be, but I'm not looking to suicide burn right now. So let's go ahead and have our surface open. We don't need orbital for now. Our surface velocity is declining. Excellent. Let's get our horizontal speed down to about, honestly, 0. Our vertical speed is declining quickly as well, but we don't need to burn quite yet. It's also possible that this assumes that we've already killed our horizontal speed. Not actually sure. About 100 more meters per second this way. 75. 50. 25. Right now. And about 0-ish. There we go. That's good enough. Okay, surface velocity minus. We're going basically straight down now. So now let's try this suicide burn distance again. I'm still not convinced by it. We'll go into surface mode. Maybe we'll burn slightly early, at like 2 kilometers. Or 5. We'll burn at a suicide burn distance of actually probably about 2 kilometers. That'll be good. I think that distance indicates what our final altitude will be, actually. So maybe at like 1.5. There we go. We'll burn now. We're still coming in awful fast. I know I said I wasn't going to suicide burn, but here we are. I think we might be okay, though. We've still got another 5 kilometers to go, 20 seconds to impact. Oh, actually a lot longer than that. Yeah, we're actually fine. We can probably cut our engines here pretty soon, because we're going to be hovering at about 700 meters. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, and we'll go to 100 meters for our next burn. 300, 200, 100. Okay. Yeah, this is working, doing it this way. Okay, we'll cut this, and we'll next go to like 20 or 10 meters. 20, okay, 15. Okay, now we'll just do a manual powered landing. There we... Oh! We be bouncing. Okay. I think we're good. Okay. Excellent. Here we are in the moon. Only took 2 attempts. I blame the fact that I didn't know how to read the suicide burn distance. Okay, let's take a crew report here. Temperature Chan, apparently. We just have, like, Jackie Chan in our materials bay being like, it is really cold, apparently. And a mystery goo observation here on the surface, as well as a materials study. We'll go ahead and collect everything. And then, Jebediah, go ahead and hop on out. Let go. There you are. Look at this. Jeb is on the surface. Let's go ahead and grab an EVA report and a surface sample. And now, Jeb, let's head away a ways, so that we don't accidentally knock down our flag on takeoff. Ooh, that he's gonna go tumbling. The ragdoll. You'll be fine, Jeb. You'll be fine. Just keep bouncing on that head of yours. What could go wrong? Ooh. He's fine. He's fine. So we're gonna go ahead and plant a flag. Words are apparently hard. Yeah. Go away. I'm trying to read the messages here. Yeah. I mean, wait. We'll name the site in a moment. So we've entered into suborbital space flight above the moon. We've landed on the surface of the moon. We've walked on the surface of the moon, and we have planted a flag on the moon. Excellent. KSP, did you... Oh, you don't let me do anything until we name the site. Okay, so this is a modal window. Gotcha. Let's name this... Just very simple. Jeb was here. And I'll capitalize here. There we go. Suck it, Val and Valentina. There we go. Jeb is a vindictive person. Touchdown confirmed on the moon. Our exploration of the moon was successful. Apparently this is now the moon was. Excellent. And the flag has been planted on the moon. Okay, turn your RCS back on, Jeb. Let's go. We need to get right on back up there. Keep on with the hovering. We're going uphill, so we need to put a fair amount of RCS into that. May want to start braking here pretty soon. That was a little too early. Okay, Jeb. Come on. There we go. And now we're just gonna see about getting... Whoa. You okay there, Jeb? Okay. Jeb is fine. He tried to go in between the fuel tanks and the main stack here for reasons. Don't know what those reasons are. Okay, we are going to go back into orbital mode, and we are ready to leave the moon. We only spent a couple minutes here, but that's fine. So this is the moon. Jeb was here. We are currently in the east far side crater. And now we're leaving. There we go. We're going to go ahead and retract our landing struts. Okay, what is our current apoapsis? Once we reach about 10K, then we're going to try to achieve an orbit. Let's see, which way are we right now? Looks like 90 is over here. We'll just go ahead and turn like this. Okay, and now we're going to go to the horizon velocity. Try to make a small correction. I mean, it doesn't really matter what our inclination is leaving the moon. We just want to get our periapsis up. We have plenty of delta V to get home. Absolutely tons of delta V. Let's go ahead and wait here. Where did our other readout go? Is it because we don't have signal? That might be it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and warp forward about a minute. About like that. And let's see if we need a burn right now to circularize. And the answer is we need a small one. Now we're good though. We'll try again at 30 seconds. So right about now. Yeah, this will be good. Our inclination is a little bit high, but like I said, it really doesn't matter. We can adjust our heading slightly though. Like so. Okay, we're going to try again at 15 seconds. So I'll warp ahead a little bit here. Right about now. Okay, we don't need one. Try again at 5. So right about now. Yeah, this is good-ish. Maybe a little late, but we're fine. We're in orbit. Okay. There we go. Here's our orbit. And I think I'll manually return from a moon. So, let's see here. I just want to check and see when MechJeb actually runs it, because I have a bit of a theory here, but let's find out. Okay, yeah, that it essentially slingshots it. That's pretty much what I thought was going to happen. I mean, we can keep this. This is a fine maneuver node. The main concern is that the altitude, the final altitude, is actually too low. So we want our final altitude to be right about here. Right about... Actually, way too sensitive. Okay, that'll be fine. We'll execute that node. Okay, off we go. Goodbye, Moon. It was nice knowing you. We may or may not be back. But more likely, we're going to start focusing on Minmus next. And honestly, this same lander can get to Minmus. There's no problem with that. Maybe just slap on a tiny bit more delta V in the maneuver stage to get there, but we need less delta V in this stage, so like maybe move some of the tanks. I don't know. I'll think about that here in a bit. But right now we're returning from the moon. And that is our current focus. We have tons of delta V, so we can do some exciting burn maneuvers on the way back in to drop our apoapsis. Which will be highly exciting. Like everything on my channel. Everything is just peak entertainment value. And that's the way I like it. Okay, so we will be reaching escape... Well, we probably have already reached escape velocity. Yeah, we've escaped from the moon. Now we're just fine-tuning our periapsis. There we go. That's close enough. Yeah. That's definitely close enough, but that's basically bang on. Pretty much exactly what we were looking for. So the question now is, where in this orbit will we come in? Will we be rising or falling? Well, almost certainly we're going this way, but I think we're going to be coming in like this, is the theory. So let's see here. 1 hour 55, 1 day. Yes. So we're going to go ahead and warp so that we're actually in this orbit. Man, that's a funky orbit for this communications satellite. It's just very weird. Okay, so now we are in our proper orbit over Kerbal. So we're going to go ahead and create a maneuver node here. We're going to start doing some odd little burns, twisting our orbit out this way while also burning retrograde to try to keep our periapsis as high as possible, or well, to try to keep our periapsis from moving really, while also burning off huge amounts from our apoapsis. Essentially circularizing our really elliptical orbit by moving the periapsis out and the apoapsis out in, but then burning retrograde near the periapsis. It's a wacky burn, and I love it. Okay, so we need a bit more of a retrograde burn here. And then we're kind of reaching a point of diminishing returns here, actually. So I feel like we go ahead and remove this, do our burn slightly later down here, and do something like this. And just bleed off huge amounts of speed. Yeah. That'll be perfectly fine. And this is basically the same amount of delta V that we have. So we'll go ahead and execute this very, very interesting burn. I always like radial burns. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just weird, but I like the way that they twist your orbit around the planet. Or, well, whatever gravitationally bound body that you're around. Not necessarily a planet. Okay. We are almost back home. Once this burn is executed, we are guaranteed to return home. The only question is, does Jeb deploy his parachutes? Hello, what are you? Are you our communication satellite? Yes. Yes, you are. I think. No, our communication satellite should be down here. Are you our debris? I think this is our first stage. Or rather, our maneuver stage. We're only 50 kilometers from it. It's a bit surprising. So this is going to be a relatively lengthy burn, and it's a pretty high delta V burn, but it has a lot of effect on our speed, rather than just trying to make our orbit a little bit better. I mean, as you can see, our orbit is inclined almost 2 degrees, but that's mostly because I didn't try too hard to keep our orbit equatorial leaving the moon. Really didn't need it. So where are we going to be re-entering? Other side of the planet from the KSC? Okay. I guess that's fine. Looks like we're probably going to have a water landing. Didn't try too hard to target our landing either. I was going to say, why is the KSC here now? But no, KSC's over here. That was a little strange. Not going to lie. Well, we're almost done with this burn. And it's quite the burn. It lowered our apoapsis by like 95%, and only lowered our periapsis by like, well, a small fraction of that in terms of raw altitude. Very small fraction. And there we go. We are re-entering. So let's go ahead and reorient to orbital, or rather surface velocity minus. Let's stay where we are. We're going to be re-entering, so we are going to burn off our last 7 meters per second of fuel here relatively soon-ish. But we're going to be ditching this stage also relatively soon-ish. Let's go ahead and warp into the atmosphere. There we go. Our tanks are basically empty. I mean, we could burn off our horizontal velocity, we could burn off 7 meters per second. Let's go ahead and do that. We're most efficient now, so there we go. Ditch our tanks, ditch our engine, back to surface velocity minus. Heat shield is forward. We should be good to go. Should we have Jeb EVA report? Let's do it. There we go. Jeb EVA reported in the atmosphere. moving at 2 kilometers per second. What could go wrong? Okay. Let's go ahead and warp this up. This should be absolutely no problems. We've got our drogue chutes ready to go. Well, if I can select them. Drogue chutes ready to go. Yep. Should be just fine. I'm going to move this down slightly because that's bothering me. There we go. Okay, we are almost through the worst of this. Right. Oop. We're starting to waggle quite a bit, but we're through the worst of it, so we're fine. Drogue chutes out. That'll stabilize us. Can go ahead and turn off Smart ASS at this point. And regular parachute out. And we are just about back. Right. I mean, we're going to impact when? Not for a while, is the answer. I mean, like, this says 16 seconds, but it's clearly not a second per second because of the force being applied by our parachutes to keep us here. So it'll actually be a fair amount longer than that. We'll keep it warped up until we're at about 70 meters above the surface. Right about there. So that'll still be a little bit. And then the question is, how much science do we actually get from this? The answer is going to be quite a lot. We're going to be able to get a fair number of things. We could EVA report. We could EVA report, but we're not going to. There we go. Might as well grab a mystery goo observation, since we've apparently never done that at Kerbin's water. We don't need an EVA report. We could use a surface sample. There we go. Excellent. And let's go ahead and recover this vessel. Don't know why I became Chekhov there, but it works. We'll go with it. So we got 530, well, we got 445.2. We have total 531 science. That is a lot. We also have almost 600,000 Kerbal Fun Bucks. Do we need to upgrade you again? No, we can get all the way up to here without upgrading. Okay, so what do we want to grab? Well, I don't know, but that's something we can figure out in the next episode. See you all then.